Hello, how do you do, our students? This is our English lesson 25. We are beginning with the corrections from lesson 24. We had to join our sentences beginning with if. Answer 1. If the teacher is not in class, the pupils will shout. 2. If you don't write well, the teacher will not mark your book. 3. If parents do not work, some pupils won't go back to school. 4. If we don't get time, we shall not visit you. 5. If the baby doesn't breastfeed well, it will not grow well. And then, our daily proverb. Birds of a feather flock together. In simple terms, people are easily influenced by those they spend time with. So, we should think of what we want to be and select associates who are what we want to be. One wise man said, when you spend most time with someone, you will surely be like him after some time. So, we should spend time with people that inspire us. In today's lesson, we are still dealing with verbs and tenses. This time, we are looking at the future conditional. Here, we have helping verbs like would, might, could. We use the future conditional to express wishes that are unrealistic. Look at these sentences. 1. I would go to town. This means I want to go, but I cannot. 2. We would pay all your money. Unfortunately, we have no money now, so we can't pay. She would go back to school. That means if she could, but she cannot. They would feed the needy, but they have no ability to. So these sentences express wishes that are not realistic at that moment. Application of the conditional future 2. We apply this in IF-2. IF-2 sentences are also known as the unlikely condition or the impossible condition. We use the if-2 to express conditions that are unlikely or very difficult to be fulfilled. Examples like, turning into a bird is impossible. Becoming a president is very difficult. To be very rich is very difficult. So, when we talk about conditions that are not easy to fulfill, we use the if-2 clause. Pattern of the if-2 sentences. We have if and a past simple tense in the condition clause. Then would, might, or could in the result clause. Look at these sentences in the table. We have the if clause or the condition, then we have the result clause or the main clause on the other side. If I were a bird, I would fly to London. That means I am not a bird and I cannot fly to London. 2. If they had time, they would visit me. But they don't have time and they cannot visit me. 3. If you did not call me, I would not come today. This means you called me and I have come. If we knew the answer, we would tell you. But we don't know the answer and we cannot tell you. If he was here, he would tell the truth. Unfortunately, he is not here and he cannot tell us the truth. Formation of if-2 sentences. When you have sentences in the present simple, When converting them to if sentences, we use IF-2 in the conditional clause. Note: when converting sentences in IF-2, a positive sentence becomes a negative if clause and vice versa. Take an example. I am sick. In the if clause, it becomes if I was not sick. We are not rich. In the if clause becomes if we were rich. So, when you get two sentences in the present simple and you are to join them in an if clause, you make an if-2 sentence. Sentence formation. 1. The policeman has no gun. He cannot arrest the criminals. Here we shall identify the condition as having no gun, and the result is arresting or not arresting. So we say, if the policeman had a gun, he would arrest the criminals. Then, the policeman would arrest the criminals if he had a gun. Then 2, we don't stay near the school. I don't attend the preps. So the condition is staying near or far from the school. The result is attending or not attending the preps. So our if sentence will be, if we stayed near the school, I would attend the preps. Or I would attend the preps if we stayed near the school. 3. They are not rich. They do not own a house. We shall say, if they were rich, they would own a house. Or, they would own a house if they were rich. 4. I cannot fly because I am not a bird. The condition is being or not being a bird, and the result is flying. So we shall say, if I were a bird, I would fly. Or, I would fly if I were a bird. Note: the verb to be in the if-2 clauses changes to was or were. Let's have a simple activity. Fill in the correct form of the given word. 1. I dash you if you did all my work. The word is to pay. 2. If we dash all careful, we would fight this epidemic. The word is to be. 3. If the teacher came early, he dashed us a test. To give. 4. My father would buy me a bike if I dash well. To pass. 5. If it did not rain heavily, we dash to town. To go. Then join the following sentences beginning with if. 6. We cannot visit you because we are very busy. 7. They get a lot of money. They work very hard. 8. She can't tell you the truth because she doesn't know what happened. 9. The head boy is not addressing us because we are not quiet. 10. My father doesn't work. He does not pay my school fees. Thank you for listening and watching our lessons. Have a nice time. Let's meet in our next English lesson. Bye-bye.